Hello everyone, welcome to the day 2 of Learn.Build cohort, and this is for the data and DevOps domain. This is Lakshit Pant from Azure Developer Community, and we have our expert mentor Mr. Divakar sir over here, who has been who has contributing us through multiple ways. He has been working with us as a contributor from multiple times. He has been our expert mentor for multiple times. So privileged to have you, sir, for this cohort. And now from today the real work starts. We will start doing the real hands-on work. So I hope everyone is prepared, and you have already log into you have already opened your account, right? Azure account if you were not having one. So please go ahead. If you are facing any issues in opening an Azure account, please let us know. We'll be helping you in this session only. Otherwise, we can go ahead and just not wasting much more time. I'll just quickly pass on the stage to Divakar sir, just to make one last announcement that we will be circulating one attendance form link, which you need to fill, and that decides your certificate and a couple of more things, right? So that's all about the announcement part. So over to you, sir.
Hey, Lakshit, thanks for the introduction. Okay, so I guess everyone is very much interested with the upcoming hands-on session. Okay, but before diving deep into the hands-on, let's first understand what are the services that we are going to use. Okay, and what sort of applications are going to help us doing it. Okay, so let me share my screen. I'll walk everyone through on this part. So yeah. Okay, so we are going to use Azure Form Recognizer. So this is a service that has been offered by Azure. Okay, so this is going to be our key application. Okay, key service that we are going to use today. So let's try to understand the agenda of it. Okay, so first of all, what is the Azure Form Recognizer? It's a subset of Azure Applied AI services. Okay, because it has inbuilt-in neural networks. Okay, and it offers various types of models which we can use it, or also we can also train our own model. Okay, so that will be our basic thing. Then what is the core of form recognizer, and then what are the types of recognizers, I mean how we have dealt these kind of scenarios in our past and in our new age. Okay, so we are going to study about those things. Then we'll dive deep into the hands-on part. Okay, so this is the basic overview. So cognitive services is something which has been already present with Azure for some time. Okay, and there is an overlap to it right now. It is like applied AI services. Applied AI services depends upon your domain of usage actually. So based upon your business logic and your customer needs, you can develop it. Okay, so for example, you have APIs for speech to text translations, conversions. Then translations are available. Then even you can read a context of a passage. So for example, I have a document. Okay, let's say there is an insurance document. In that case, I wanted to read the context of it. I can just upload it, and I can just ask the any sort of questions. So these kind of chatbot related, AI related services are offered under this downline actually. Okay, here one of the thing which we are going to use is a form recognizer. So this thing is particularly used in larger enterprises. Okay, so it's very easy, where in which, so you can see the chart diagram at the below, all the forms. So for example, I have a lot of invoices or some sort of statement. Okay, I'll just upload it to Azure Blob Storage. Blob Storage is nothing but a place to store all your documents. Okay, once after you store it, there is an Azure function to invoke an API. Okay, for recognizing these forms. So we can trigger all these things using the Azure Form Studio, or you can invoke them using your Python or any other language code using the APIs. Okay, once after doing this, once after the particular document is like we do some sort of extraction of data, then we can post process it depending upon the business logic. You can store it, you can do analytics analysis, create a customized dashboard. These kind of things can be done. Okay, those are driven by your business needs. Okay, but today what we are planning to do is we'll just upload some basic invoices. Okay, and we'll try to use this Azure Form Recognizer today. Okay, So today's part will be like we'll do a hands-on for how to use this particular platform, okay, and see how to extract the data out of these invoices, okay. So why should I use Azure's platform? Okay, so this is a difference. Okay, there is a difference. The reason is, so in a traditional way of extracting the data, what we do is we usually convert all these data using boundary boxes. So I'll be just drawing some outlines over these words using a boundary box. Okay, so I will be defining of adding these kind of parameter values inside the model tuning. Okay, and based on that I'll extract these data, and then I'll do the performance. But the problem here is, let's say like I have a handwriting. Okay, handwriting varies across different people, right? In that case our models will not be efficient enough to understand these things. ML models are not efficient to read all sort of handwriting data, nor even textual data. Even in textual, let's say like I have a Calibri or a Times New Roman or some other font, okay, it's not going to read or recognize all these kinds of data. So you'll face a lot of issues with recognizing these patterns. So to fix all these things, we have implemented AI related. So here we have some sort of deep learning models, large language models, which will help us to like extract the informations based on the context of the unstructured patterned data. Okay, so these models are often pre-trained on larger data sets. Okay, they would have been like trained on multiple languages, multiple types of fonts. So they are already they already have a better accuracy than whatever we train. Okay, so that's the thing. And technically we can run them through all these kinds of data actually: medical forms, authorization forms, tax forms, and other things. So there was a fun story which I read a week back. So in US, there are two types of major forms, okay, taxation forms. Majority of the people fill them via offline, okay, and they fill it and they submit it, okay. And there are organizations which processes these applications, right? So they are using Azure services here, Azure form recognizer. So what these guys do is they just scan these forms, upload it to their storage, okay. So they just kicked in they just store these data into blob storage, okay. From there they apply some sort of functions, okay, for the triggering mechanism to start the form recognizer. Okay, once it reads all these data, okay, it will convert them to a JSON value. Okay, JSON value I'll show you in a few more minutes. But these JSON values are nothing but they generate the sorry, so they generate the confidence scores of a particular field whatever you're searching for. So we'll be seeing these things in a demo session now. Okay, so moving into demo. So I'll be sharing links to all these things. So basically this is the Azure form recognizer studio. So this is a specialized platform, okay, where you can see that all these things are present under Azure. Okay, so they have a predefined models for each and every use cases. Okay, or in case of document analysis, let's say like I want to read a data, I want to extract a data, general document. They already have predefined models. Okay, for invoices, receipts, business cards. The reason is, for business cards you might have a variety of styles, variety of fonts, languages. So all these things are defined in a separate ways. So it's much easier for the models to train on, and it's much easier for us to even use. So as I said, regarding the tax data, you can find that we have separate fields for these uh, for these data to be analyzed. Okay, so today what we'll do is we'll create custom models. So custom models are something like, we'll be the one who will be giving the knowledge base. So knowledge base will be the documents using which they wanted to train on. Okay, and we'll use that model to build our own. We'll use that data to build our own model. Okay, so that will be the specific use case of today. So once you head on to create extraction models, create a new project. So today, let's say like Azure Build, and choose your subscription, resource groups. So API versions, don't change any of these things. Form recognizer, this is a resource that you need to create it. Since I already have a resource, I'm using it. If not, you can just create a new resource, assign it. Nothing much. So training data, like in order to store these data, what we can do is we can create a storage account. Okay. So for creating a storage account, all you need to do is just head on to portal.azure.com. Okay. Here, just go search for storage accounts. This will be the first option. Okay. Once you click on that, it will prompt you to create a new one. Okay. We'll create a new account. So just give Azure or anything as per your need. Sure, storage. Okay. Choose your particular region and then choose your performance level. For us, standard is more than enough. Then click on review. It's running validations. Yeah, once done, click on create. It'll be creating. So storage account is nothing much. So since I wanted to like upload my invoices, right, I have to store it somewhere inside Azure for easier access. So in order to do that, I need to have a blob storage or some sort of storage. So I'm creating storage account for that. Inside the storage account, what I'll be doing is today we'll be creating a container account. Okay. So containers are nothing but like they're the empty spaces where we'll be placing all the blob files. So I'll show you once it gets provisioned. Yeah, deployment is completed. Go to the source. So here under storage build, you can see containers. So you can see here you can store files, queues, tables, all these kinds of data can be stored here. But today we'll use a container. Okay. So I'll just say container one. That would be easy. And access level, anonymous access. Okay, we'll see that. Continue. Okay, it's not picking up my older one, but I mean picking up my new one. Just create a new project. See, storage build one is here, and my blob container one. And in case if you are storing it under a specific path, you can create the mount path. But currently we are not doing anything, so I'll just click on create project. Okay, so cannot access. Okay, this is a permission issue. Okay, account storage has been disabled, but okay, for time being, we'll just use the other account. Okay, other storage account. So I'll use the other one. invoice data, but I'll create a new container data. Azure containers block storage one. So I've created a new container storage. Okay, I'll click on continue, create project, give it a second. It will start provisioning the infrastructure for this one. Okay, is it so? Use source data then. So the identity access management has to be configured properly, which was not done earlier. Okay, since everyone is beginner, okay, I have not covered it yet. We'll take it up with the next class. Okay. Okay. So these are the files which I have been testing before for the class. So I'll just delete it and I'll restart everything again. So it's easy for everyone to understand how it works. Okay. So once your environment gets created, okay, this is how it will be. This will be the fresh start. Okay. Once after it gets created under Azure Build, you can see that we have something called as label data models. Okay, models is where you train your AI model, okay, testing it, and then your settings and doing other things. Okay, so first, before we start, we need some sort of training data, right? So for those training data, I prepared some invoices. Okay, so I'll show you how they look like. So this is how they'll be. This is a very small invoice. Okay, the reason why I prepared it very small is like giving it a fuller detail, like it is very harder for the models to train and it will take some time. Okay, so I've kept it very simple for everyone to give it a try. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just upload all these files. Totally I have got 7 invoices. Okay, but I'll be uploading only 5. Reason is we'll use the remaining two for validation actually. Okay, so now once I have uploaded it, we just want it to run a layout scan. Okay, so layout scan is something like it will try to recreate the boxes. Okay, it will just go through this document. Okay, and it will just, you can see that it has highlighted here. It has highlighted here, right? So you can see those yellow highlighting here. So it is trying to understand what are the context, I mean what are the textual keywords here and how to extract it. Okay, so either you can draw a box, okay, and mention it. If not, there is an auto functionality, auto label. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll ask it to automatically do it. Okay, just once you do that, it will choose what sort of model you need to use. Okay, we'll use pre-built invoices. Okay, what it will do is this model will help us to like capture all these fields and their data and assign proper values to these fields. Some of the times you might find some errors which I'll show you in a few minutes. Okay, we can correct it manually and we can make some post changes. Okay, and then we can click on train. Okay, so all these things happens within the document intelligence studio. Okay, meanwhile, do you guys have any doubts so far?
Maybe it's just related to one like Azure account. It's about I have made an Azure account from my personal ID. How can I avail credits?
Oh, okay. Regarding that, like for every Azure new account, okay, if you have any credit card, they'll just give you a lot of credits, free credits for starting actually. Or you should apply for a student developer thing. I believe Lakshit, you can help around with those things, right?
Yes, yes. So maybe so every time you make a new account, you get some free credits. And the other option is you can also connect your account, Azure account, with your student ID. So how you can do it? You can just go to your profile and there is a student profile, or maybe you can just go to search GitHub student developer pack in the comment section. Okay, I'll just share you the link.
By default, Azure itself gives like once you sign up for first 30 days, you get around 200 USD dollars. Okay, wherein which you
Yes.
can try variety of services. Azure offers a lot of services. You can go through them. Apart from that, they give you around 12 credit services actually. Sorry, 12 credit free services for 12 months, okay, wherein which you will be under some sort of a limited version, okay, but you can go around and try a lot of app services, okay, but do keep in mind once you add your credit card, I mean don't forget to manage your resources online, okay, if not you will be charged at the month end. Okay, so yeah, coming back to the form recognizer studio, okay, I believe everyone can see this. So it has found that there are duplicated labels, okay. So this is something like you can see here, customer address recipient as well as customer name is pointing to Microsoft here, okay, it says it's a duplicate. So now it requires a manual intervention, okay, but apart from that you can see that it has drawn boundary boxes, right, and it has tried to identify and even make a common field, okay, so it is able to do all these things. Now if I see here, customer name and customer address recipient both are same, so what we need to do is just remove any one of it actually. So what we'll do is customer address recipient, I'll remove it, okay, just you can delete that particular field, and that's it. Then invoice ID, so invoice ID, charges is empty, we'll delete that one. Items is not needed. Okay, so now you can see that customer's address, once I place here, the box gets highlighted, right? Customer name, due date, invoice date, and invoice ID is the invoice number, vendor address, vendor name, total this one, charges. So this is good. Similar way, we have to check all other things. Mostly they would be auto corrected, okay, but we should just go through it for the first time. Okay, so they are good. Okay, I don't see any duplicates now. So now what I've done so far is this is something called as feature extraction. Okay, in machine learning we try to make a learn. I mean, we try to teach our model that these are the specific features that it needs to train on. Okay, so that is what it has done so far. Once this is done, just hit on train. Okay, choose your model number. Okay, so I'll just give build one. Okay, and you can give a model description, and then you'll get a template as well as neural recommended. Neural is a neural network, okay, template is something where you define your model structure and other things which you are not going to worry about as of now. Okay, so I'll just give the predefined model and I'll just give us hit train. Okay, now the training has started. You can just head on to the models part where you will see your model is getting trained. Okay, Yeah, the model has started training. Okay, it will just take some time. Okay, even though the size of these documents are pretty small and the features are very small, okay, it it takes some time for these training. Okay, so we need to wait for some time, let it run. Meanwhile, I'll show you one more functionality which can be done. Okay, let it run, so I'll show you after that. So meanwhile, any other doubts so far, guys? Anyone having problems with the starting with Azure or anything else?
So someone is asking for those invoices. So maybe we will be sharing everything in the group only. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'll share the PPT as well as the invoices for your personal training actually. So today what we'll do is we'll just stick with this Azure platform. Okay. For the next class, we'll implement some coding where we'll try to connect using Python. We'll try to connect to Azure. Instead of having to run all these things, we'll run them from our local machine. Okay. Where you'll upload your particular documents and it will do all the processing and you'll get the data on return. Okay. Any other questions?
Not right now, sir.
Okay. Okay. This takes around 5 minutes, I believe. So we just need to wait. So let this model get completed. But meanwhile, we can use the other model to give it a try. Okay. So I'll just explain how this other one works. So once after your model gets trained, okay. So you can see here we have three active models. Okay. Once they get trained, you can just head on to test model. Okay. Choose the particular model whichever you wanted to test with. Okay, and then drop a particular PDF file. So we trained everything using 1 to 5, right? So what I'll do is I'll use invoice 6. I'll just upload it. I just click on run analysis. So again, what it will do is using our model, it will just start running analysis on this. Okay, and you can find that the boundary boxes are placed already, and you can find the confidence scores over here, how confident it is in finding a particular field actually. So it's not able to find the customer name, invoice total, these kind of things. See, the reason why it is not able to do all these things is the training data, whatever we provided, the invoice files that we provided is only for 5. Okay, it requires larger data. Neural networks require large number of data to have a very good accuracy. Okay, that's the reason it is not able to find these values properly. Okay, but this is how the analysis works. And if you click on result, you'll see the JSON file. Remember at the starting I just said, like, once you provide a document you'll get a JSON value. So this is what we'll be using it for implementing into other applications. So here if you look properly, like, you'll see there is a confidence score. Okay, so this confidence score is kind of like a rating stating that the particular value particular model is confident in figuring out that this is a particular field. Okay, so that is a confidence score. So for each and every field in this particular document, it will generate a confidence score. Okay, and if you click on the code, again Microsoft makes it much easier for you to, like, even run it from your offline. Okay, so I encourage everyone to, like, give it a try. Okay, copy this code. Okay, make sure to update your endpoints, keys, model ID, and form URL. Okay, make sure to update all these things and try to run it on your local. Okay, so what this particular code does is, like, it connects with your Azure. Okay, validates yourself with credentials, and it uploads all the data into the form analyzer. Okay, it will analyze the data, and it will render all the data back. Okay, so this is what the code will be doing it. So I urge every one of you to give it a try. It's a simple Python code. Just go through it. It is much easier. Okay. Once done, you can try with a lot of text data actually. Okay. Just make sure that you have a very good quality data. That's it. So model is still running. It will take some more time. Okay. Any other questions?
So people has again invoice related questions only. Can we use our own invoices?
Yeah, sure. You can use your own invoices too. Just all you need to do is just upload all your particular invoice data. Okay. Make sure that you choose these boundary boxes properly, just to make sure that your model knows that this is a particular field. Okay. Just choose them at the first time. Okay. Label your data properly. Okay. Once that is done, just hit on train. So let's say like um, let's assume that this particular model that I mean this particular label data model is not able to find this VAT id. Okay. Here it is empty, right? So how do I explain the computer to do it? Okay. In that case, just click on draw region. Okay. And then choose the particular place. Just draw your boundary box and then choose the particular model, particular field. Okay. In case if the field is not available, so what I'll do is I just type it off VAT space id, create a new file, field, and see it's present. That's it. So you can manually add all these data, and that's it. Okay. After that, you can just hit train, and your model starts training. So it's still running, but yeah, you can train with a lot of your models also. It'll work. So you can this will be your model id. Okay. So yeah, I believe it will take few more minutes actually. Meanwhile, any other questions? Okay.
It is regarding the extension. So what? So sometimes the invoice extension it is in PDF. Sometimes it's in docx. So what should we do?
Yeah, both will work. Even docx will work. But the problem is, I would advise everyone to use a PDF. The reason is, so docx is something like it's a Microsoft format, right? Like once you open a particular docx document in one computer and open it on the other one, the alignment gets changed, right? So because of that, this model will have a impact with its accuracy. Okay. So I would advise everyone to like convert your docx to PDF and then upload it. So the data alignment doesn't get changed. That's it. Even you can upload images. Okay. Instead of PNG, you can upload images that contains invoices. So, for example, I can take a photo of a particular invoice. Okay, and I can upload it directly. Even that will work. Okay. I believe this is going to take some time, but no need to worry. Like all these three models were trained by me, and I've tested them. Their accuracy is not up to the mark. Okay, the reason is of a very less training data. But I sorry, but Sorry, but I expect every one of you to give it a try. Okay, just get inside the platform, try to create it, and try to test all your models. Okay, yeah, now my model is ready. So just choose your model, hit test, and instead of this one, let me use a different invoice. Okay, so I'll just go with the invoice number 7, which has not been uploaded yet. Okay, and run analysis. So this model has been like build one model. We designed it, and it got trained a few minutes back. Okay, so you can see the accuracy here. So here, if you see vendor address, it has an accuracy of 52.90, which is right. So you can see here, right? I'll just zoom in. So if I place my pointer here, see, it's able to identify that this is a vendor address. Customer address, again, see, Margie's travel. So it is able to identify it. And then due date, see, invoice due date, it is able to find it here. Customer name, the phone company, vendor name. See, it's able to figure out all these values on its own. The more and more you add a data, okay, the more accurate your model will be. So that's it for today. Okay, but I just want everyone to give it a try. I'll share all these invoice details as well as the PPT, so you guys can give it a try, and feel free to reach out to us in case of any doubts. Okay.
Yes. So, and we'll be sharing all the, maybe all these steps with you. Not exactly the steps, but the resources that are required in between, like all the invoices and the Azure accounts we have already shared, GitHub Developer Pack we have already shared, all these important links. I've shared it with you in the group, so don't worry about that. And that's it for pretty much for today's session. And I'll suggest you to, because it's a Sunday, so I'll suggest you to make it today only, because if you will procrastinate or try to do it tomorrow, yeah, I'm really sorry for the technical glitch. Thank you, sir, for joining in today, and thank you everyone for joining in. We'll be sharing all the links in the comment section, and I have shared this LinkedIn link, so make sure you jot down your today's learning in the comment section of this LinkedIn post. This is more like your attendance form link. So all you need to do is just put down today's learning in the comment section of this post. So that's it pretty much for today. And if you find anywhere that, just don't try to, I saw some other people are just trying to share the text, right? Just try sharing with screenshot, like what error you are getting, right? So that we can immediately help you with those errors. So just share us your screenshot what error you are getting, So we'll be able to help. So thank you everyone for joining in, and thank you sir for taking your time. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.